Janet! Kevin, what are you doing?
Watching the fire.
Well, go outside and play.
What would I do?
I don't know. There's a million things to do. Go out and throw the football.
Who to?
I don't know who to. Go bounce it off the wall or something.
I'd rather watch the fire.
Janice! Janice. Kevin's sitting in front of that fireplace again, staring into the empty fire with that silly mask on.
Well, Johnny likes to watch the fire.
What did you see in the damn fire?
Kevin, tell Daddy what you see in the damn fire.
I see castles, soldiers, and fairies.
Fairies? You think that when Joe Namath was 6 years old, he sat in front of a fireplace looking at fairies?
Oh, come on, Kevin. Why don't you go outside and wait for Nana? You can watch the fire another time.
Okay.
Did you see that detour he took around me?
John the dog does the same thing. What'd you call me down here for?
What do you think? I think Taylor got the lapels just right, huh?
John, on those shoulders, anything looks good.
Kind of like John Francis, huh?
I kind of love John Francis.
Yes. Let's get Cleona to go out and do some marketing, and we'll send Kevin to the movies.
Well, John's got the bathrooms to do yet. And besides, if we take the phone off the hook, you'll miss that call from Wilmington.
What call from Wilmington?
Well, they called while you were in the shower.
You let me go through all that with Kevin and the mask and the fireplace? Why didn't you call me to the phone?
Because I didn't want you running naked past Cleona. This is talk to operator 227. Besides, what call back for?
I know what it is. It's a cutback. Oh, I knew this would happen the minute that damn fascist government of ours made us stop polluting the Delaware River.
Oh, Johnny. Why do you always freak out whenever you get a call from Wilmington?
Mr. O'Connell? Oh, excuse me.
Oh, that's okay, Cleona.
How would it be if I got Kevin off at the movie and did some marketing? The whole thing would take me a good 2 hours.
Is there something you wanted, Cleona?
Well, I thought you might like a drink while you waited for your bad news from Wilmington.
We do not drink in the middle of the week.
Oh, that's right, I forgot. Confession on Saturday, Mass on Sunday, no booze Monday through Friday. Praise the Lord.
She's been listening on that extension again. Well, I tell you, when I get fired, the first thing that goes is the chief of the busybodies.
Johnny, why do you always insist you're gonna get fired? Maybe Woody and Marsh are just coming down for a visit. They want you to meet the plane.
In this suit?
5 minutes ago, you loved it.
You-
It was just fine.
You call Wall the wall of hell fine? Oh, Janice, when they want to get rid of you, they'll use any excuse. Well, look what happened to Dick McCloud.
Oh, Johnny, that was a different thing entirely.
You know what I don't like about you, Janice? Is you don't understand a good parallel when you hear one. His division was having a real rotten first quarter. They sent for him to come back to Wilmington. Think he played it smart? Showed a little humility? Not Dick. He went to the most important meeting of his life wearing an Edwardian suit, a wide paisley tie, and silver buckles on his stupid shoes.
Gee, I'm thinking Claude.
He's damn serious, Janice. And where's Vic today? Up in Anchorage, Alaska, freezing his butt off.
Johnny, he was sent to Alaska because he drank.
But the silver buckles started it. And what about Howard Kelsinger?
Johnny, he was fired because he goosed somebody's wife at a Christmas party.
Yes, but he was wearing a sports jacket when he did it.
Johnny, come on, sit down.
No, I worry much better when I'm on my feet. I show up in a jacket like this, and the company's going to think I'm taking a cavalier attitude toward the recession. Janice, could you call the phone company and get a phone that doesn't sound like a bird? Hello? Oh, hello, Father Mitchell. How are you? Hey, we missed you at the Cardinals dinner the other night. Oh, he was very pleased about the building fund. Well, why don't you come by anytime? Well, how about tonight? For supper. All right, can have for supper. What did you say, Father? And God bless you, too. Boy, if there's anything I hate, it's a pushy priest.
Johnny, with all your problems, what are you taking on the church's building fund?
You've got to play every angle. I wonder if I can get his eminence to use a little muscle for the company. You know, Pops sells shirts a lot of paint.
Johnny, sit down. Come on, just
Marsh's hat off because I outgrew him playing golf. No, it's deeper than that. It's prejudice. Protestant company. You know, if Kennedy had made it popular to get Catholic, I'd been lucky sweeping up the fucking cellophane by now.
Dear Abby, I kiss and he talks. He talks and I kiss. Shouldn't we both be kissing? Sighing, wondering.
I know what it is.
Yeah, all alike. Wind it up and I'll share your life with you.
No. It was on the 10th hole. Marsh asked me what club he should use, and I said, why don't you hit it with your fountain pen?
Oh, Johnny, this is ridiculous. You're not getting fired. You're not getting laid off. Woody and Marsh probably just are coming down for a visit and they want to meet the plane, so quit getting so hysterical.
You're right. You're always right. Oh, my God.
What?
My mother! When are we going to tell that saintly woman when she hears my... Oh, my gosh. The first thing she'll do is sell her furs, and then the rings will go? I tell you, at her age, that saintly woman would get down on her knees and scrub the floor if she thought that would help us.
Johnny, I love your mother, but I would never call her a saint. She wouldn't like it.
Oh, my mother, Grace O'Connell, happens to be a daily communicant, the past president of the Holy Altar Society, and she's entitled to be buried in heaven. And you stand there and say my mother isn't entitled to be a saint? You stand there holding that bucket. You want to do a little penance, or go on a retreat, or something.
Well, I just walking on the freeway. Well, Johnny, come on. Your mom's coming up here from San Francisco. Why don't we forget about Woody and Marsh and DuPont? Let's just have a great weekend, right?
Right. They're not going to fire a 10-year man.
Oh, that's my Johnny. Where are you going?
To the tailors. I'll teach that garlic-eating guinea to try to ruin me with the company.
Oh.
Grover, will you just quit arguing with your mama and go back to your patients? No, I didn't get my notice to Mrs. O'Connell. I keep telling you, I like working. Huh? Well, you can just tell your children that their grandma is a household consultant. Well, just what is the big deal about a doctor's mother working anyway? Just how do you think we would have got through medical school if I hadn't worked? Now, and Grover, I'm going to have to ask you not to tie up the phone. Well, I'm expecting a call from Wilmington that may decide my entire future. Oh, Grover, save your breath. You may need it for mouth-to-mouth resuscitation.
Mama, Nana's here! Grandma, did you bring me a present?
I certainly did.
Something I can play with?
Well, yes, as soon as I get it all put together. Johnny's love!
Grace, we could have met the plane.
Oh, no, you're both so busy. And besides, I enjoy talking to taxi drivers. They're much more expensive than the psychiatrist, but the first quarter of a mile is free.
Nana brought me a present.
Oh, Grace, you shouldn't have.
That is one way of putting it. Kevin, I bet a big boy like you could put my suitcase in my room for me, couldn't you?
Sure. And thanks for not telling me how much I've grown.
Well, at my age, who needs a giant grandson? Where's Ronnie home?
Oh, no, he's at the tailor's discussing some alterations. Boy, Grace, San Francisco certainly does agree with you.
Who said San Francisco agreed with me?
Well, Grace, it's such a surprise. We didn't even know you were married.
Oh, well, get ready for another surprise.
an olive in it.
Well, it's the only way I can think of for you to have a drink and stay in good with your son.
Yes, she's right. It does have an olive in it. Oh, mine is the gin. You know, I'm very encouraged, Janice. I don't even think she noticed Junior. With all this extra baggage, I think I'll go upstairs and lie down for a bit. How do you think Johnny will take it?
Oh, well, maybe he won't take it too badly.
Well, I hope not, but I kept getting these pictures coming down here on the plane of a hospital. Me in the maternity ward and Johnny in intensive care.
Hello? Oh, Wilmington? Oh, no, John's not here. Oh, well, we weren't expecting this call till 4. Oh, I see. Well, nice talking to you too, operator. Goodbye.
Well, I guess I told that girl he didn't get anywhere to head in. Where's that Italian dictionary?
John, your mother's here.
Huh? Oh, good. Did you have a nice trip?
Well, I guess you could say that.
I thought that's what he said. We shouldn't let foul-mouthed foreigners in this country.
Johnny, if you told him off, why are you still wearing the suit?
Oh, that's beside the point.
Well, naturally. Hey, John, Wilmington just called.
What? Did you get any friendly vibes?
Only from the operator. I think she and I are getting emotionally involved.
You know, Janice, if it weren't for my religious upbringing, I'd dump you.
You do, and I'll tell Father Mitchell to turn you into a Protestant.
Oh, God, don't touch it! How do I look? Hello? No, this isn't Kevin. I did not take your roller skates. You will not bust my ass. Janice, I want you to call that kid's mother and straighten him out.
Who was it?
Sniffer. Oh, Mary Ellen Cooper. Well, you think that's funny? Suppose my mother had picked up the phone and some little kid told that saintly woman that she was going to bust her ass.
John, I think there's something I need to tell you about your mother.
This sniffer's about had it. How is my mother?
Well?
Hello? Hi, Wade. What's new? Oh, Marsh is on the line? Marsh is on the line, too. I know you're a little disappointed about that last quarter.
What is it, good news?
Up to $1,800 for the funeral? Well, I can't tell you how that touches me, guys. The right to be buried in the cemetery of my own choice.
John, they can't kill you for having a bad quarter.
No. What, a joke? No, tell me, what? Yeah? Yeah? Oh, that's funny. Yeah. Beautiful. Right. Well, listen, hey, glad to be aboard. You bet. Bye-bye. Janice O'Connor. You're no longer married to a mere mortal. The creature standing before you now is John Francis, Vice President of DuPont. From now on, you will rush to my arms by appointment only. I told you something was going to happen that morning. Didn't I tell you what was going to happen?
Oh, you certainly did. Make quite a speech about it.
You know what this means? This means I am the youngest vice president in the history of DuPont. I've really got it named. The inner sanctum. You know how I know it? Right now, on the telephone, Marsh told me a dirty joke.
Oh, he did.
Used the big F and everything. Thank God we're clean.
Clean?
Oh, yeah, before they make the PP, they check you out, past, present, and future. Well, we've been under glass for weeks.
Oh, Johnny. I think there's something I really need to tell you.
You know, I can just see your mother in that Pasadena crowd of hers. Oh, honey, I think I dropped the cufflink over there.
Johnny, I can't look for your cufflink. There's something I have to tell you.
Well, I'm sure I dropped it over here somewhere. By the way, how is my mother?
She's in the three-quarter full.
Johnny, there really is something I must tell you.
Well, there's something I gotta tell you, too. A certain maid doesn't start cleaning up around here. She's not gonna be around very much longer.
Janice, I couldn't rest. I keep worrying about Johnny. You know how icky proper he is. How am I going to tell him that I'm pregnant as a goat?
Well, you just did.
I did? Where is he?
Behind the couch, but don't bother to look. I know he's dead. That's right, John. Mom's pregnant.
Oh, brother.
Well, there's a 50-50 chance.
Oh, wait a minute. I get it.
Oh, no, you don't.
Mom, anybody else would have sent a wedding announcement. It's gonna be kind of strange at my age learning to call somebody dad.
Oh, well, that's one problem you won't have.
You mean to tell me that my mother's gonna become an unwed mother?
He always had such a way with words.
Mom, did you report it?
Report what?
Oh, John, where's the whole house? It was nothing like that. Your mother met somebody and, well, apparently they got along pretty well.
We met at the bar. Oh, no. Not that kind of bar. It was at the top of the mark.
Well, Johnny, that's a pretty respectable place.
Kid, I've seen this man for almost a year now. Oh, Johnny, you would like him. He's very sweet. Who are you phoning?
Well, I'm gonna get the next plane to San Francisco.
What are you going to do up there?
I'm gonna kill your lover, and then I'm gonna sue the top of the market.
Robert, it's Mama again.
Guess you just got pregnant. Oh, you doctors have such dirty minds. It's not me. Thank Mother. No, this sweet thing's not Mary. Oh, it was an absolute bombshell. I just finished serving the world's highest dinner. Well, they couldn't very well talk in front of the boy, you know. But you know, kids, they absorb that kind of thing through the pores. Just knock it off about me quitting? Why, I wouldn't quit here for anything. We got a double feature going here. Conrad's coming for lunch on Friday, and his mama pregnant. Something tells me the two are not going to mix. Huh? Well, right now, he's in the front room, getting ready to have another one of his meetings. Well, you know, in this family, they have a meeting if they change underwear.
wrong attitude here. We're all adults. Now, nobody's criticizing you, and nobody is accusing you. Janice, you sit there, and I'll sit there.
I'll sit over here in the dock.
Now then, let's look at the bright side of it. It could be a tumor.
Oh!
There are 2 dead rabbits in San Francisco, as it is.
All right. My mother, what is your doctor's name? Mother, what is your doctor's name?
Welby.
Dr. Wilson. Mother, this is serious. Don't you realize you have committed a mortal sin?
I remember it every time the baby kicks.
Have you been to confession since the copy mark?
Yes, I went last week.
And what did the priest say?
He said to be more careful in the future.
My mother is 8 months pregnant, and some left-wing Jesuit sits in a box and tells her to be more careful.
He was not a Jesuit. He was a Paul.
Well, they're the worst kind. A good old-fashioned Augustinian would have made you shave your head.
Well, I wouldn't mind if my hair came back in curly.
I'm going to write the bishop to fix that boy's wagon.
John, I thought the idea was not to let anyone know.
You're right. For mother's sake. For mother's sake, no, I must know. Of course, we have to keep this from the company.
For mother's sake.
Oh, no. The neighbors. Now, Mother, while you're here, I want you to stay in your room.
Just put my nails in under the door and let me out my nightly jog.
Mother, don't you realize that sin calls for a certain amount of humility?
But it also calls for a little bit of endurance. Kevin, is that you?
Yes, Nana.
How long have you been sitting there?
I don't know. I can't tell time.
Well, take off that silly mask and go to bed.
Okay, but when do I get my present?
What present?
Nana's gonna give me a present as soon as she gets it all put together.
I'm working on it.
Go to bed! It's just a good thing that he's too young to understand the extent of this tragedy.
Tragedy? Really, Johnny, I'm beginning to resent your attitude. I came down here because I thought we could share in this common problem. But if you're going to act like this, I'll just handle it myself. It doesn't affect you.
Well, there's your young thinking for you. You young people think of nobody but yourselves.
Well, honey, let's put it this way. I'm old enough to be your mother.
Mother, when you were having your moment of passion, did you stop to think what it was doing to me? To Janice? To Kevin? Well, to our position in this community?
Johnny, you don't think about indigestion while you're eating pizza. I like your parallel better than Johnny.
Janice, I'd like you to stay out of this.
John, I have to have something to write down on my pad. What did I do this meeting for?
Mother, always looked up to you with respect, with a sense of spirituality, like Joan of Arc or Irene Dunn.
Joan of Arc?
Irene Dunn.
I asked you to stay out of it. Mother, how could you have done this to us?
Well, Johnny, I was lonesome.
You were lonesome? Why did you go on a sea cruise? Or buy a cat? Or get fat like other old ladies do?
I am not an old lady. I still have my drives and needs and juices.
Is that any way to talk? Have you forgotten you're my mother?
Johnny, I don't want to be treated like some widow who's going to be put up on a bookshelf, like some book that served its purpose. I met this man, and we were mutually attracted to one another, and, well, one thing led to another.
And just where did one thing lead to another?
Sometimes in his place, and sometimes in mine.
You mean that I'm going once? How many times did you have relations with this man?
Well, John, you don't keep score on a thing like that.
Oh, John does. Oh, Beth, the man is there. He have relations with his wife 3 times a week. I had the flu, so we're playing catch up this month.
And when you were at your place, where'd you do it? Right on your pocket picture?
Of course not. Before he arrived, I took Papa's picture in the closet. Out of respect.
Mother, I want this man's name.
I'm not going to tell you.
Mother, that is my brother in there, and I demand know who our father is.
Well, he's a painter.
Just what was a painter doing in the top of the market?
Well, maybe he was touching up the ceiling.
He's not a house painter. He's an artist painter. He paints portraits.
You getting the whole miserable picture now, Janice? My mother fell for the oldest trick in the history of seduction. She let some artist talk her into posing in the nude.
I did not pose in the nude. I offered. But he said my fanny was too flat.
You sat in the top of the market front of all San Francisco discussing your flat fanny?
Because there's a branch up there.
No, of course I didn't talk about it there.
Well, just where did you talk about your fanny?
In there.
He always acts like this when he's out there with throat.
Listen, Lou, I'm not here. I'm just too upset to talk.
Hello?
I'm not here.
Yes, he's here.
I'm not here.
Really?
I'm here. Hello? Hi, Woody. What's new? Huh? Oh, no bother at all. Mother's here. She's just filling me in on some new business. What? Oh, the luncheon? No, don't worry about that. I'll take care of it. I'll talk to Janice and I'll brief her quite thoroughly. Okay. Uh-huh. Listen, you take care of that hernia of yours, all right? All right. Say hello to Margaret for me. Bye-bye. This Woody's not coming out. His hernia's acting up again.
There's a newsflash.
Woody's kind of concerned about this luncheon. We're going to have to go over that in detail later.
Good. Is my trial over?
Mother, if I were in your position, I believe I would show just a little bit more humility.
Oh, banana oil.
Banana what's that? What studio? What do you mean Woody and Marshall meet him on the studio?
Oh, for a new product we're doing. Pussy nibblers.
Pussy nibblers?
Johnny, do you mean to tell me that Woody and Marsh are the vice president in charge of explosives, the man that Woody used the big F word to be in charge of a crappy cat food commercial?
It's a crappy DuPont cat food commercial. There's a difference, you know.
Johnny, you don't know anything about show business. What in the world do they want him to do?
Oh, they don't have a cat food division on the West Coast, so they want an executive out there to make sure everybody pronounces DuPont correctly.
Anyone can pronounce DuPont.
No, you see? You did it wrong. It's not DuPont. It's DuPont. Well, there's a little bit more teeth. DuPont. Less teeth. DuPont. DuPont. You see what you and that oversexed painter have done? I can't even pronounce DuPont anymore.
Well, relax, John. Maybe you can get a job at General Motors.
Mother, I want that man's name.
But I'm not going to tell you while you're in this state.
I'm in no state.
John.
Now, what's his name?
John, she's not going to tell you to calm down.
I'm calming down. I'm calming down.
No, you're not. Your nostrils are flaring.
Is this calm enough for you? If I were any more calm, I'd be in the lotus position. Now, what's his name?
Fabrizio Bustamante.
Run that by me again.
Fabrizio Bustamante. I think his middle name is Salvatore. Fabrizio Salvatore Bustamante.
He's Italian.
Well, he's not so over the Greek.
I'll kill him. And no court in the land will convict him.
Johnny, if you don't settle down, your mom's about to have that baby right there on your status rug.
No, I'm all right, Liz, really. I'm just going upstairs and lie down. I'm sorry, Johnny, but I just thought that perhaps you would be happy at the idea that I was happy.
Mother, I'm sorry too. I guess I'm just a little upset. Mother, just how Italian is he?
Well, he never won a war.
Mother, look, I can understand about passion and juices and all that. Oh, Mother, why didn't you take the pill?
John, I'm Catholic!
DuPont.
Johnny, I know how you feel about rules, so I made Martina and Tika.
Well, good. We don't put Cleo into things if we're relaxing our principles. DuPont. DuPont.
Oh, I'm about to say something sacrilege.
Well, get it out of the way before Father Miller gets here.
Johnny, I'm talking about your religion and company. Johnny, haven't you ever wanted to tell Woody and Marsh and the neighbors just to shut it?
Well,
You mean you actually have?
well, you know, once or twice.
Oh, Johnny,
Late
do
at
it.
night. Oh, come on, Janice.
Johnny, do you love me? Do you love your mother? Do it.
Janice, a person can't change who he is just like that.
Johnny, you're not being who you are. You're being who you think you should be. Just do it.
You know, it would be kind of fun at that. You know, we could throw a party, and we could invite all the people from DuPont, and I could goose a few wives, and I could just tell everybody to shut it.
Yeah, use the big
rude Teddy of yours, and I just tell everybody, just shove it.
Father Mitchell's here.
Oh, Father. Good to see you.
I hope I didn't pick a bad time for you good people.
Oh, no, not at all. We're just having our after-dinner coffee.
And reverting to character, did you eat yet, Your Holiness?
Yes, thanks for the thought. And the promotion. I brought a list of the donors you mentioned.
Oh, good. Oh, by the way, Father, I've been made vice president of DuPont.
Congratulations.
Well, thank you. Should give us a little muscle with the pair of big shots.
But in times like these, should we hit them this hard?
Oh, Father, when you're working for the glory of God, you've got to go right for the throat.
What a nice thought for a new parable. I'd like to say hello to John's mother if she's here. Does San Francisco still agree with that?
It certainly does. He says she brought a little of it back with her.
While she's in town, I'd like her to meet Mrs. Tomlinson and Mrs. Meyer. They're both widows, too. They probably have a lot in common.
Well, I hope it's not the painter.
I don't quite... I think I just kicked something under the couch.
Oh, that's probably my coupling, Father. Don't bother. I'll get it.
You know, Janice, as I told the Cardinal the other day, we need more men like John in the parish. Men with drive, men of good family.
Mama, Nina wants to know if we have any Pepto-Bismol.
Kevin, what's Nana need the Pepto-Bismol for?
She's throwing up.
Janet!
Would you take care of this, please?
Nina wants to know if Mama ever had morning sickness at night.
Come along, Kevin.
Did you tell you my grandma's gonna have a baby?
John!
Grover? Well, what are you calling me for? I thought you weren't interested in what's going on around here. Oh, well, everybody does gossip. It's only normal to want to know the worst of your fellow man. Oh, yeah. Yeah, something definitely is going on. Mr. O'Connell comes sneaking down the kitchen first thing this morning. Call long distance. Well, I don't know who to. He sent me out the front room to clean under the couch. I found a dime and a cufflink. I think you can give that cufflink to that one-armed patient of yours for Christmas. Oh, Grover, you must have cut out your sense of humor again. Good Lord. Well, I don't know. Right now, they're in the front room getting ready to have one of those meetings. That meeting for the luncheon of the DuPont rods. Yeah? Well, I'm going to miss all my children, but I like it, right?
Okay, you two get started. I'm gonna go to work. I gotta go pick out a cat.
Really, it's just a little luncheon party with... You have to take out a cat?
For the commercial. Now listen, you two plan the luncheon. I'm gonna stay strictly out of it.
Well, it's really pretty simple.
No tent.
No tent.
No tent.
No. See, we want to present these women with a picture of sincerity, devotion, and a sense of spirituality.
Ah, well, that's not a good idea. Why don't you have Johnny out in the yard when the guests arrive, baptizing a few neighbors in the bird bath? What do you think about barbecue beef?
Have you guys decided what you're going to serve yet?
Now, put out of it. You said you were going to leave us alone. Now get out.
Right.
Beef strong.
Too communistic.
No beef stroke. Hey, it'll be Friday. Why don't we serve fish?
No fish.
No, we don't want to appear to be too Catholic. What we need is a good old-fashioned American dish. You know, something that won't offend anyone.
Oh, I know. Chicken chow mein.
Good thinking, Mother.
That takes care of that. What are we sitting in the table for?
Right.
You know, I think I've decided on this great Persian. What do you think? You guys decide what you're going to do for the luncheon? What are you putting that away for?
Swell, chicken chow mein, and we don't need it anymore in that order.
Johnny, just leave the luncheon to us.
Okay. I'm still not sure about this great Persian.
But I understand they're delicious.
Don't forget, you have a doctor's appointment in a half hour, Miss O'Connor.
Oh, thank you, Cleona. Janice, I think I'll wait and see my own doctor at home.
Oh, no, Grace. You've been having those patients. You'll love Dr. Baker. Girls call him old Dr. Warp Bakers.
My, you sure do look pretty this morning. Why is it that we girls always look our prettiest when we got a cake in the oven?
Mother, what's in the package?
John, can't your mother even get a package without an inquisition?
I just ordered a couple of dresses from a maternity shop.
Oh, great. Now, what are the neighbors going to say when they see a van from a maternity shop parked out front?
Relax, Johnny. I had it delivered in a plain brown unmarked truck.
Well, I'm actually kind of glad to get that luncheon off my mind. Have you decided where you're going to seat them?
Oh, cheers for a start.
Don't get flip, Janice. Now, you know how important protocol is to the company. You always put chemistry to the right, plastics to the left, and you never put paint next to acetate.
Oh, right. Chemistry to the left, plastics to the right. Hi, Mo and Dario. Let's not let those ladies fight.
You know, it's really kind of nice having everything under control.
Under control? John, what's under control? How are you going to explain your mother to those DuPont ladies?
Well, what's wrong with a married woman having a baby?
You've done something, haven't you? I know you've done. You just don't flip off a line like that. What have you done?
Right. I sent for Fabergé or whatever his name is.
John, it's Fabrizio, and what would you go and do a dumb thing like that for? John, what are we going to do when he gets here?
What am I going to do? I'm going to have him make an honest woman out of my mother. That's what I'm going to do. I'm going to pull the veil of propriety over this sordid situation.
John, you sound like something out of Jane Eyre. John, how are you going to do that?
I'm just going to appeal to his better nature.
Well, suppose he doesn't have, quote, a better nature.
Then I'll kill him.
Oh, John, you're sick.
Okay, I got a little dramatic. I'm not going to kill anybody. Might be struggling a little bit. Seriously, Janice, it's the only logical thing to do sending for him. Well, the child has got to have a name.
Well, that would be nice, John. But it's none of our business.
Oh? And how am I going to introduce him to Pierre Dupont? Sir, may I present my brother, the bastard?
Why not? Then at the same time you could introduce your mother, the adulteress.
How much have you heard?
Oh, just that last bit of warm. Janice, I'm not going to go to the doctor. I think I'll go right back to San Francisco.
Oh, no, Grace, really. Johnny didn't mean it.
Mother, you can't leave. Janice, tell her she can't leave.
I just did.
Oh.
Mother, Johnny always acts a little like a hysterical old lady whenever he gets just a little upset.
Well, you could have said it a little bit better than that. She's right. Mother, please stay.
No, I don't want to be any more of a burden on you, your scruples, and your DuPont.
Please stay.
Well...
Good. Well, no more talking about leaving then, right? Hey, you take a little snack with you?
No, just a little something for the doctor's collection.
Let's have no more talk about leaving, all right? I mean, that's what a family is for, to stick together. Excuse me, Mother. Would you mind going out to the driveway so the neighbors don't see me?
Tony, why don't you take a chance? Maybe they'll mistake me for a pregnant Volkswagen.
Leona?
Mr. O'Connell, I heard you talking about the chicken chow mein, and I may as well tell you right now, I'm not going to wear no kimono. I am nobody's Madam Butterfly.
Leona, how is it you hear everything that goes on in this house?
Well, the key things. You got more outlets here than NBC.
Well, anyway, listen, I'm going to go upstairs. If that phone call from Wilmington comes in, I'll take it.
I am Fabrizio Bustamante.
But you couldn't be anybody else.
I got to this call from... God! Does it flush?
Mr. Busted Lindy, you are not going to be a breath of fresh air around here. You're going to be a cyclone. Mr. O'Connell, Superman's here.
You want me, Cleona?
He's here.
Who's here?
I am.
I don't believe it.
That makes us even. I don't believe this either. Where do you get your art collection? J.C. Penney?
Something tells me I could sell tickets to this.
Goodbye, Cleona. Mr. Bustamante. Seems to me we've kind of gotten off on the wrong foot here. Well, it's just that I didn't expect that...
Me.
Yes. See, well, usually my mother has much better taste.
Well, she can't do everything all right. She had you. Sorry. You're right about getting off on the wrong foot. Perhaps we should start over. That's a nice suit.
I'm taking it back.
Naturally. Do you mind if I sit down? I promise not to clash with anything I sit in.
So, you have a nice flight?
No.
That's funny. It's usually a pretty nice flight down from San Francisco.
Not when you drive.
Okay, Mr. Bustamante, I think we can dispense with these childish games and get down to why I called you here.
The name is Bustamante. With an M. As in, mammary gland?
All right, Mr. Bustamante. Mr. Bustamante, we find ourselves in a very delicate and embarrassing situation here.
You have an X-ray.
We do not smoke in this house. As I was saying, you first met my mother in San Francisco. Matter of fact, it was at the top of my mind. You first accosted my mother. Mr. Bustamante.
Sorry. You get a lot of use out of this?
As I was saying, it was at the top of the mark that you first accosted my mother.
Well, if smiling at a pretty lady is accosting her, then I accost half of San Francisco every day.
Are you trying to make my mother the aggressor in this thing?
Well, we Italians have a saying, love is a mezzo proposition.
My mother never messed with anybody. You're just trying to clean this up with those fancy foreign phrases of yours. And another thing, how can you sit there with your legs crossed?
Can I what?
How can you sit there so relaxed in a situation that definitely calls for a tremendous amount of tension?
May I ask you a question?
You may.
What do you do when you have a gas to smoke? In the Qclt thing.
Oh, I don't give a damn about the plans. Just don't get any ashes on the rug.
But I do give a damn about the plant. The only beautiful thing in this room. With your information, kid, I've just uncrossed my legs.
Are you threatening me? Because if you are, I'm not scared of you. And another thing, take off that silly beret.
You know, you've got a lot to learn about entertaining, kid.
You're not here to be entertained. You're here because you took advantage of my mother.
I did not. I never borrowed a nickel from her.
That's evasion. You went up to my poor, lonely mother's apartment, and you took advantage of her with your worldly ways. And then, right under the nose of my dear departed Papa, you committed a mortal sin. You took a spiritual act, and you made it ugly and debasing. You guinea son of a bitch. I'll kill you. Never done this before. Oh, thank you. My father's in the Knights of Columbus. Bleed all over everything on the hand.
Who's trying to use Harold Flynn?
No, I'm not going to make a martyr out of him.
Well, what's he going to do now? Kill me with the card table?
Something worse. You're going to have a meeting.
Mr. O'Connell, while I've got you here, I have to call the butcher, and I want to know, do you want chicken in the chicken chow mein, or do you want pork in the chicken chow mein?
What?
What do you want, Ross, on Friday?
They are not wrongs. They are the wives of the division heads. And we'll have chicken in our chicken chow mein.
Just so I know. I was right the first time. I could have sold tickets to this.
I'm putting it on tape so that I can make sure everybody gets the pronunciations right. Kind of the subliminal approach. Ah, damn. I think I need another tape.
Okay, Grace. Johnny's not here.
Oh, good. I don't think His Highness could take a mother who's not married who's going to have a baby who is also drunk.
We just had a few drinks to celebrate.
What are you doing here?
I was just sent for. You must be Janice. How do you stand to him?
I have a good memory.
Oh, well, good for you. So you had a couple of martinis, huh?
Less than 2. 4.
Doctor said you two must have miscalculated. That baby's due any minute.
It couldn't have been Christmas. It must have been Halloween.
Look at that. Is there anything in the world more beautiful than a pregnant woman's profile?
Get your hands off my mother! And let her carry her shame with some dignity.
Shame?
Well, you didn't exactly create the Taj Mahal. I think it's time we had our meeting.
Her shame?
You don't call impregnating a middle-aged woman fun and games. Or do you?
Her shame? Per ti, amore, soltanto per ti.
Don't speak English, damn it! We're not in Italy.
Good morning.
Mother, you've been drinking.
Did somebody say something about him beating?
Yes,
Am I going to be a prisoner again?
you have been drinking.
No, I just had a little martini. Dean Martin.
Mother, did it occur to you that your present condition might be due to martinis?
Wrong! Randy Alexander. Who's the deal, is it? Oh, isn't she beautiful when she laughs?
The sight of my mother in this condition, is frankly revolting, Mr. Buffaletti.
Method! How did you ever reach me in San Francisco when you can't even pronounce my name?
They have a special operator for foreigners.
You stop that. He's just as American as you are. And I adore him.
Yeah, well, anyone can see that from across the street.
He's right, Carter. You are getting bigger by the moment. Any help?
Hello? Hi, Woody.
The way the meeting was going, I figured you could use a
great comfort. All right, bye-bye. Yes, we're going to be doing that cat food commercial tomorrow. I have to get up early, I have to have an early breakfast. I have to be at the studio at 8 o'clock sharp.
Write that down, Jack.
Mother, look at me. I want you to concentrate. Because what I'm about to say is very important. Mother, what you've done is wrong. But it's behind us. I mean, it's hurt us. It's embarrassed us. But it's behind us. Mother, what are you doing?
John, there's nobody behind you.
Mother, would you please do something with her?
He already did.
Perhaps we should listen to him, Governor. I think he's really hyperventilating. Okay, shoot.
Don't. This morning, I had a conversation with my attorneys at great length. So if you think that you can weasel your way out of your responsibilities to my mother, you're sadly misinformed, Mr. Buckamenti.
He finally got through the neck right.
Mother, would you please bring some coffee and try to concentrate on our plate?
You know the best thing about this coffee? No caffeine.
Now then, Mr. Buckamenti, Miss Buckamenti. This legal document will list my legal position in this matter. Under California law, there are 6 ways that I can nail you to the wall.
But I am the father of the child.
No, you see, those kind of tactics aren't gonna work.
John, he said he was the father of the child.
Oh,
That took a little wind out of your whale.
please, drink some more coffee. Under California law, there is a 3-day wait for blood tests. I wonder if I can get Father Mitchell to expedite that.
I have no intention of marrying your mother.
Well, that's good. We'll have it in the chapel. No, better yet, you can have it right here.
Johnny, who's getting married?
Don't you pay attention the first time people talk to you, kid?
What? You mean you're not going to marry my mother?
Even when he was a little boy, we had to allow him to have a shot.
Drink some coffee. You're not going to marry my mother? Is that what I heard you say?
That's right. I love her too much.
Now that is the cliche of all time. I mean, young people say that in the backseats of cars. You young people today, you think you can have sex with any Tom, Dick, or Harry.
Hey, not me, baby. You got it wrong.
Janice, Janice. If you think that you can just walk away from it by saying something trite like, I love him so much. Well, what do you think of your top-of-the-mark lover now, mother?
I think he's very sweet, and I love him too much to marry him.
They must mean it, John. They're both using the same cliche.
Is that it? Is that all you have to say, mother?
No, I just have one more thing to say. I am going to go upstairs and grow up.
You will stay down here and settle this.
All right, I'll stay downstairs
mia.
Buonanotte, il mio bello ansioso.
And just where do you think you're going?
To get my suitcase out of the car. She's going to have my baby in here, and I want to be sure to be here so that you don't drown it. You know, this is the second most revolting thing in the room.
Grace will be okay, but Johnny, how could you talk to your own mother like that? Son, what are you doing?
I'm going to find out what she keeps calling that mafia finger painter. Oh, my God. Oh, my God. My mother was a member of the Third Order of St. Francis. And she's entitled to be buried in a habit called
What?
her anxious rooster.
I'm glad you came down, darling. Your son's art collection has been keeping me awake.
Well, I couldn't sleep either. So many weird things kept going through my mind, like, well, if the baby would come tonight, I wonder if he could be born drunk.
You're nuts.
Well, Fabrizio, we really do have a problem.
I know. He's a sanctimonious little creep, isn't he?
Not Johnny, the baby.
What about the baby?
Well, Johnny has this plan.
Did you have a meeting upstairs?
No, it's nothing like that. He's got it all worked out. I'm going to go to St. Anne's Maternity Hospital right away.
St. Anne's what?
It's a home for wayward girls.
May I say something?
Of course, darling.
Your son is a first-class little twit.
Well, no, he isn't. He's just a little wiser and older than we are. Now, St. Anne's is a perfect place to have a baby. It's run by nuns, it's a Catholic hospital, and after the baby is born...
May you rattle it up.
Johnny and Janice have offered to take the baby and raise it as their own.
Do you have any Pepto-Bismol?
What, dear?
Suddenly you're off bleeding off.
Well, what else can we do?
I could marry you.
Oh, Fabrizio.
Maybe we should have had the baby taken care of.
You? You cry when a flower dies.
Well, just a pretty one.
Look, Kara, we don't have that piece of paper that everybody's talking about these days. No marriage, no contract. Well, you just go on to your art shows in Italy and London, and, well, I'll have something to remember you by.
A live baby isn't exactly an ice tray from the top of the mark.
Well, can you handle diapers? What about those report cards and parents' clubs and pimples?
Well, I think he won't have a pimple till he's 15. By then, I'll be too old to see them.
You see?
Right, so treating as some sort of second-class adolescent.
Well, you are a 52-year-old juvenile
gave me your word of honor that you wouldn't sneak down here.
Well, my word doesn't count. I was drunk at the time.
You should be ashamed of yourself. I mean, really ashamed. To think that your grandson is but 50 feet away. And another thing. What are you wearing under there?
Pajama bottoms, you filthy-minded little weasel.
Look, quit acting like an enraged father. I just came down here to tell you your plans about the baby.
Oh. Well, even you know that it's a sensible thing to do, Mr. Bustamante.
Suddenly I'm not so sure.
Oh, look at the advantages. Janice and I will raise him as our own. He'll go to the finest schools. He'll have the right religious upbringing. He'll have our name. And he'll have all this.
Oh my God, it'll be an artistic mutation.
Crazy old.
Hey, I'm just tired of this evangelist telling me how to raise my child. I got half a notion to dump you in them.
Ooh, watch it, buddy. I play handball.
I'm scared to death. Get out of the way, Grace.
No.
Oh, Grace.
Oh, Mara, I'm sorry. It's all my fault.
Don't cry, Laura. I'll say something nice to you.
Well,
I'm thinking. So, you want to take a hand or something?
I'm not right this minute.
you shake hands with him this instant or I'll send you to your room. I said.
Mother, I am under a tremendous amount of emotional strain here. It's not every day you have to go through the process of adopting your own brother.
You don't shake hands with me, you little creep. I'm going to felt you handball or no handball. There. We shake our hands, Scott.
I saw that. It looks like a mongoose and a snake.
Guess which one is the same?
Good night.
Oh, don't go up. We'll shake hands and mean it. Right, kid?
Well, okay, I guess I
This is a joke. Says my heart beats for you.
I can see what it says. How can you have anything to do with a man who walks around in childish pajamas like that?
Well, I gave it to him when we were in Las Vegas.
You better get his sniffer.
Mother, would you kindly go up to your room?
Johnny?
Oh, go ahead, honey. We'll be all right.
Oh, something tells me Irene Dunn would have never gotten herself in a mess like this.
Good night, Mother.
No, no, no.
Mr. Bustamante, I think the time has come that we have a little talk.
I'll get the card table.
Mr. Bustamante, I gave you every opportunity to marry my mother. Would you cover that up? Mr. Bustamante, I gave you every opportunity to marry my mother. You refused. So now, I take off the velvet glove. You know what comes next?
We play handball.
When I'm through with you, you'll be smirking out of the other side of that Italian mouth of yours. After that child comes, I don't want to see you around this house ever again. You understand? That child will know my wife as his only mother, and me as his only father.
Right.
No, I knew you'd take that attitude. You think that... Right? You said right.
Before you made your grand entrance, your mother and I had a little talk. You didn't need to recite the preamble to the Constitution to make your point, you puffed up little clown. The baby is yours. Legally. Any way you want it, all yours.
All right. As long as we understand one another. Good night. If you even think about reneging on this, let me remind you of one thing. You're not just fighting me. You're fighting DuPont. And my attorneys, Captain Livingston, Berkowitz, and Selden.
DuPont. DuPont. Donut. Dum-dum. DuPont.
What are you doing?
Just playing a little joke on someone. Say, isn't it time all self-respect?
Yeah.
You, do this often?
Yeah, it's better than watching TV.
It is, huh?
You get to make a few pictures.
Well, why do you wear the mask?
So I can pretend somebody else is watching the fire with me.
Why do you have to pretend that?
So people don't think it's dumb.
I don't think it's as dumb.
You don't?
No. Take it off. Yeah, that's better. Tell me what you see in the fire.
I see a castle.
Ah, over there in the corner, a dragon, and a lady in the tower.
I don't see that lady in the tower, but I sure see the dragon, and it's breathing fire.
Shall I change the channel?
Huh?
Like this. There, now wait.
I see an angel.
Yeah, what's she doing?
It's a he.
Oh, I didn't notice that. What's he doing?
Flying around the football. Change the channel again, Mr. Bustamante.
Call me Uncle Fabrizio.
I can't say that anymore, so I can say Mr. Bustamante.
Okay, one channel change coming up.
My dad might hear us.
So what?
So make me go out so my dad caught me doing it once.
What did he do?
He took me to a guy in Beverly Hills who wanted to stick pins in my head.
Okay. Everybody out! You thought you saw dragons in the fire, now you're going to see a real dragon. Everybody out!
What's going on?
I said everybody! Okay. New deal. Grace, you and I are getting married.
What? What made you change your mind?
That son of a bitch is not going to bring up any kid of mine.
ladies, they're due here at lunch at 1 o'clock. And let me tell you, if they should walk in during that wedding, we're going to be eating chicken chow mein for a month. Well, yeah, the wedding's going to be right here. Sure. The priest in the front room right now, putting on his dress.
Oh, but Father, you can't mean that.
Janice, I know that the church is changing. I put up with the steel drum mass and group confession. But, my dear, in all good conscience, I can't marry those two people.
Oh, but Father, they want to get married. They really do.
Yes, but why? Why do they need this marriage?
Well, excuse the expression, but Fabrizio hates Johnny's guts.
You see, that's hardly a reason for marriage. Has anybody mentioned love?
Well, they're really fond of each other, Father. They really are.
I hate to come on like a stuffy priest, but fond isn't enough. I suddenly realize this whole marriage sounds like it's for the greater glory of DuPont. And I think you agree with me.
Well, maybe, but my God, Father, what about John? He had it all worked out.
I don't want to sound like an ecclesiastical name dropper, but so did Judas.
Oh, man, let's get going. Fabrizio's car is parked out front. Where the hell are they? Father, what are you standing around for? Let's get going.
John, Father has something he needs to tell you.
Huh? What? No, listen. We've got to get going here. We get the words later on today, so I want to make sure I get these pronunciations correct.
John, you haven't finished that commercial yet?
Finished? We didn't even get started. Goddamn cat wouldn't eat the goddamn cat food. Sorry, Father. Funny Italian. It's that kind of sense of humor that wrecked Mussolini.
John, would you quit running around? Father has something he really needs to tell you.
Wait a minute, just one quick call. Trainer fed the cat last night, that's why he wouldn't eat. Father, you better put your stole on. So we've got stagehands running up and down the alleys looking for starved cats. Stage 3, please. Let me speak to Harvey Stoner. Father, you better, why don't you get Kevin to help you set up the altar or something?
John, Kevin's in school, and Father has something he really has to tell you.
This is Mr. O'Connor. Mr. O'Connor. That made him jump. Hard? O'Connor. Listen, I've got some business to take care of here. Yeah. Listen, I don't want anybody saying DuPont until I get there. All right? All right, bye. Well, what's everybody standing around for? Let's get going.
John, I think you better sit down.
Why?
Because Father has something he has to tell you.
John, I cannot marry your mother and Mr. Bustamante.
John, he said he can't
I
marry you.
heard what he said. But what I'd like to know is why you, the pastor of our church, shepherd of our flock, would tell me, a practicing Catholic, a past president of the Holy Name Society, that you won't marry my mother and her lover, or her friend.
John, I see no evidence of love here, and to marry two people who are not truly in love is against all theological principle as well as a violation of canon law.
Well, who the hell are you to talk about religion?
John, I think he's qualified.
Oh. Sorry. Father, I want to bring this up because, well, I'm a gentleman. But may I remind you of a $5,000 stained glass window that I donated to the church?
John, I don't like to bring this up because I'm a gentleman too, but it was just a pledge.
You know, Father, Father, you're getting to sound a little bit like a wise guy here.
We're back. We got it. Now, we almost in the making. Your mother began twinging in the gar.
You know, I think it was that chili. We stopped to have an early lunch at this cute little Mexican restaurant called the Pappas.
It was not the chili, that was our baby. Johnny, the kid, is this the far from home place? Hey, Mother. Come and sit down now. You put your feet up, and Daddy will get you a plate.
Oh, isn't that sweet? We're not even married yet, and already he's spoiling me.
You can open this now.
Oh, how sweet you remember. Oh, you know, on our first date, what's the matter?
Guess who is suddenly bringing up canon law?
What?
Guess who's not going to perform the ceremony? And guess who's giving up a $5,000 stained glass window?
You're wrong, John. You can keep your stained glass window, but I'm going to perform the ceremony.
Well, then why'd you make us go through all that?
John, please.
I've just seen a demonstration of love and concern and affection that I haven't seen in a long time. You know, I remember a time when I was stationed at San Juan Bautista.
Yeah, listen, Father, we're going to get this thing done. Let's get it done now. Janice has got a luncheon planned. I've got to be at the office or at the studio soon.
Provided if I start with cat.
How are you feeling, Johnny?
Compared to what?
We'll need a witness, someone who is not a member of the immediate family.
Janice, go get Leon, quick. You.
Well, John, she's fixing a luncheon for the DuPont lady.
Oh, she can witness between courses. Leona! Father, we're in a hurry. We're right under the gun. Let's speed it up, huh?
This is my store, John.
Peter, I wish you'd stop treating my wedding like we're a trap meet.
Oh, Mother!
Mauricio, you stay here. Grace, you're here. Janice, here. John, right here. Leona, my dear, during the ceremony, you stand about there.
Oh, Father, I'm a Baptist.
That's okay. We no longer care about that.
I haven't got that committed for my church yet.
You are only a witness! Get it, Father. This is about as prophetic as a mortgage foreclosure.
Dearly beloved, we are gathered here in the sight of God to...
Father, can you kind of skip the dearly beloved jazz? We're in a hurry.
Don't skip anything, Father. This is my wedding, and I'm going first cabin.
John, I've had enough out of you. Think of your mother's happiness and have some respect for the sacrament I'm performing here.
I'm sorry.
Oh.
Guess I'm a little upset.
Now you're upsetting your mother.
No, I'll be all right. Let's get along with it, but hurry.
I'm just getting your funerals.
Are we ready? Dearly beloved, we're gathered here in the sight of God to join this man and this woman in holy matrimony. Marriage is a sacrament instituted by God for the welfare and happiness of all mankind. And so, in the presence of those gathered here, I ask you to state your intention.
Hallelujah.
Do you, Fabrizio, take Grace to be your lawful wedded wife, to have and to hold from this day forward in sickness and in health?
Just say I do.
Am I taking orders from him or from you?
In the interest of time, please say I do.
I do.
And do you, Grace, take
Oh, Jesus!
not this time of day?
Hello? What do you mean a dog ate the cat food? What's the dog doing in there? Never mind. Don't answer that. I will be there as soon as I can. All right.
John, the wedding. The wedding.
Mother, quick. We've had a catastrophe down there in the studio. Please just say I do. Quick, huh?
I can't say I do until the Father asks me to say I do.
Do you, Grace, take Fabrizio to be your lawful wedded husband, to have...
Oh,
Maybe it's just the children.
no.
Well, then quick, Mom. Say I do.
all this pain that she can still joke.
You know, John has a point. If you can tell jokes, you can certainly say, I do.
I do. Oh.
I now pronounce you man and wife.
Really? Stop! You want to see Mother into the other room before the two pot girls get here?
Oh.
Mr. Sanders under the neck and steam, but his mother said the heck of gravel was salt water. Grover, don't you ever listen to anything I tell you the first time. I just got through telling you that I am going to work for Mrs. O'Connell over at her folks. Well, because she's leaving him. Now, you just don't need to start in on me about quitting, because I'm not going to. I like that girl and her little boy, and I'm going to help them out whenever I can. And another thing you may as well know right now. I may be going up to San Francisco to help take care of the Bustamante baby. Well, his name's Marcel. And listen, did you ever hear of an Italian pronouncing anything right? Well, Grover, I'm going to have to talk to you later. I got to run upstairs and put a couple of blotters on that baby. Well, from one mother to another, isn't it nice to be able to see your feet again?
It's even nice to have stretch marks again.
She really is.
Oh, how did you know? Up until now, it's been a family secret.
Well, two things, the heat vents and those suitcases. I'm already packed, too.
Leona's leaving too. She said she's already packed. Are you sure you want to go through with this, Janice?
Oh, I'm sure, Mother, but what do you think? Should I leave one of those notes like they do in the movies?
Well, you may have to. He's down in the office waiting for the axe to fall.
Oh, Mother, you see what I mean about him? A dog came into the studio and ate the cat food, and John's acting like the Russians just took over Hollywood Boulevard.
Well, dear, it's a little worse than that. The dog bit the producer. Oh, in both places. One's in the leg, one's in the thigh, and the other two we can't talk about.
Well, nevertheless, John can fix that darn commercial.
Well, to quote him, it would be like putting a Band-Aid on a leper. Janice, before you throw away 10 years of marriage...
You know what our son just did? He smiled at me. Cleona says it's just gas. But what does she know about adopting a baby? Bad timing?
Janice is leaving Johnny.
Now, you know, normally I'd be the first one to say, leave the little twit, right? But really, what he done is so bad. Well, I mean, after all, a lot of guys are scared to death of their bosses. So, I mean, he catered a little. And he overreacted when his mother got pregnant. Oh, hell, what son wouldn't do that? I admit, I should have called the priest a wife. But that's a Johnny. He does make his son play football instead of looking at that damn fire. guys will be ready when I get back.
Fabrizio, no.
I'm going to throw it in a ravine. It's the least I can do for Rodan and the plumbers union. Oh, even there,
Janice, you know, maybe you and Johnny should go off and take a little vacation together.
Oh, Mother, no. Do you know what it's like taking vacation with John? Oh, first he gets angry at the desk clerk because he thinks we purposely got a bad hotel room. Then he bribes the head waiter and complains all night long that we're too close to the men's room. Of course, then he worries all weekend long that we're going to be stuck with the wrong people on the beach. Of course, then there's golf. We left Nassau once because they put him in a foursome with a busboy. We left Palm Springs once because they gave Gerald Ford his starting time. Mother's status isn't a word with John. It's a religion.
I know, but maybe if the two of you just sat down and you'd get absolutely nowhere.
Look, Mother, we buy these by the dozen.
Well, I've done the motherly bit. I guess that's it.
You know, when Fabrizio gets back, do you think you could drop Cleona and Kevin and I off at my folks?
Sure.
You know, Mother, I just can't face Johnny and tell him I'm leaving.
Well, it may make no difference. Sooner or later, he's going to realize that you're missing.
You know, if he comes while I'm still upstairs, would you tell him?
Sure. After all, I had to be the one to tell him there wasn't a Santa Claus.
Well, little Marcella should sleep for another half hour. I got Kevin watching him. I put 3 diapers on him so he shouldn't go getting soggy on me till way the other side of Bakersfield.
His name isn't Marcella. It's Marcello. I guess we'll call him Mark.
Well, good. I had to check his booties to be sure he was a boy. Janice, I'm going to fix us a snack. I want the comfort of knowing we're leaving Mr. O'Connell on a full stomach.
John, Janice was going to leave you a note. No. Well, Johnny won't be too bad, son. You can always rent out the room. Oh, dear. Cleona, get out that teacup.
Kevin, why are you looking into that fireplace?
I'm trying to figure out where the dragon went.
After the day I've had, I come home with a boy who stares into a dead fireplace looking for dead dragons. And what are you wearing your first communion suit for on Wednesday?
'Cause Mama told me to.
Don't talk back to me, or I'll take you on a little trip to see that man in Beverly Hills again. Janice? Where's Janice?
She's upstairs. She's leaving you.
In the absence of my wife, will you tell me why my son's dressed up on a Wednesday?
Kevin, dear, you better go upstairs.
Okay.
Well, move it, Kevin. That boy's fading way out of line.
John, I thought you were at the office.
You thought I was at the office? You thought I was at the office?
Would you like me to phrase that another way?
Well, you might as well know. Janice might as well know. Everybody might as well know. Mother, it's over at DuPont.
What happened?
Nothing.
Nothing?
Silence. The weapon they use. They use it to destroy you. Look, you remember Elmer Ulrich?
No.
Of course you do. He's the one that married the heiress.
Oh, okay. What about Elmer?
Well, after he screwed up her father's accountant, they let him sit in his office for 6 solid days, eating stale sandwiches. On the fourth day, he got a little twitch. And then, the phone call came. One word. Grand Forks.
Isn't that 2 words?
No, Mother, there's nothing worse than a middle-aged woman trying to be cute. No, that film has gone through Marsh and Woody and all through the channels. It's probably up on the 15th floor by now.
Oh, yes, I know, up where the carpets are. Well, dear, why don't you just call them?
Mother, you don't understand business. You don't call them, they call you.
Well, you called last week to ask about Woody's hernia.
Mother, a phone call about a cat catastrophe and a phone call that makes small talk about a hernia aren't in the same ballpark. Where'd you say Janice was?
Oh,
I know it's the phone. You know, I blame this whole thing on you.
Oh, naturally.
Well, if you hadn't had your baby right in the middle of that commercial, this never would have happened.
are you going to answer that phone, or do you want me to answer and tell him you're sniffing yourself into a coma?
I'll answer it. I'll answer it. Hello? No, this isn't Kevin. No, Kevin can't come out and play doctor. Why don't you get your mother to take your temperature, you little dirty girl? I want Janice to take care of this situation. Leaving?
Fabrizio
Did you say
was
something
right.
about Janice leaving?
You never do hear anything the first time around, do you?
Mother, please, don't get emotionally disturbed. You're the one that's leaving.
We are all leaving, Johnny. Fabrizio and I are going to San Francisco, and Janice and Kevin and Cleona are going to Pasadena.
Oh, you said something to upset them.
Johnny, would you listen to me? She is leaving you spiritually, morally, socially, financially, sexually, and permanently.
Why? What did I do?
Johnny, you're not even a Jekyll and Hyde. You're a Hyde and Hyde.
What? That is a fine attitude for a mother to take. Didn't you even try to talk them out of it?
No.
No?
Well, I tried to give her some motherly advice, but my heart was not in it.
Well, look whose heart wasn't in it. I took her into my home. I hid her disgrace. I got her paramour to marry her. I let her have her baby in my house. I let her get married in my house. I sacrificed myself.
And the third day, he rose from the dead.
You know what, Mother? I'm not even going to say what I'm thinking. Yes, I am. Mother, you have lousy taste in men. Papa was a dreamer, and this one is a painter. Why can't you think in terms of a rich executive?
Like you? John, have you ever looked at yourself in the mirror? I mean, really taken a good look?
Yes. And you know what I see? I see the youngest vice president in the history of DuPont.
Well, you know what I see. I see a pompous, bigoted, sniveling, cowardly, knuckling under, immature little jerk. Don't interrupt me, I'm on a roll now. I see a man before me who is so afraid of failure that he blames everything on his wife, his son, his mother, the church, General Motors, God, and the Republican Party. You're not a man, you're a Irish wailing wall.
Mother, you just don't understand diplomacy.
Diplomacy, hell, you're nothing but a DuPont doormat.
You don't know me. If you use a phrase like DuPont doormat. I never have been, nor will I ever be. you got the film, huh? What'd they say about it on the 15th floor? You mean they literally vomited? Well, I guess clothes doesn't count, huh? No, I'm not trying to be smart, what do you? No, I realize a vice president isn't supposed to foul up like that. You see, if I could explain to you exactly how that happened, you see. Well, see, you're not listening to me. Well, Marsh. Hi, Marsh. Are you on the line too? I didn't know you were on the line. How's family? Well, I always am concerned about your family, Marsh. Marsh, listen, you're not listening to me. See, I'd like to explain to you. See, I wasn't on the set when that dog happened. I'm trying to explain to you where the hell I was when the... Marsh, when you talk that loud, it kind of distorts. What did you say? Well, Marsh, I don't think it's quite fair calling a 10-year man a pea-brain. No, Marsh, listen. See, yeah, I know. See, the only thing I can say is, look, I'll accept the blame, okay? I'll accept the blame. It's my fault. See, all I can say is that I'm very, very, very sorry. No, Marsh, wait, you didn't hear me. I said I'm sorry. I'm very sorry. Marsh, Woody. Mark, Woody, can you hold on just half a second? Just a minute. Yeah. Marsh, Woody, still on? Shut it. No, there's nobody else on the phone, it's just me. And I said, shut it. The job, the vice presidency, the 10 years of slavery. Shut it, Alice! Yes, S-H-O-V-E-T. Shut it, Alice. What? You want me to rephrase it? All right, get yourself another DuPont doormat. No, I'm not done talking yet. Marsh, you tell that fat wife of yours never to use my name again when she comes out here and chases. What? Woody, I hope that hernia of yours, that everlasting hernia, blows up right in the middle of a board meeting.
That's a Mary of God in the castle.
Oh, great, wasn't I?
Oh, my God, I hand it to you, Mr. Huck.
Did you hear what I told them?
I heard a lot back then about the fat wife. That's really everywhere it is.
We didn't shove it a whole new
Did you hear what I said about the hernia?
Listen, what do you guys want with your sandwich? Milk or coffee?
We'll have booze with our sandwiches, right, Mother?
Right.
I'll get out the teacup.
No. Get out the glasses. We're going all the way. Janice! Fix one for yourself.
Always do.
Janice, come here. You are not going to believe what I just did. Much, you're not going to believe what I just did. Janice, I did something I should have done long ago. I told off Marsh and I told off Woody. I quit.
You quit? You actually quit Johnny Humphreys.
I haven't been so proud of him since he got that extra pedal in the second grade on his courtesy game.
Oh, he really did it. Did you get to the part where you told the man to bust his hernia?
Listen to Marsh.
No, dear. Woody's the one with the hernia. Marsh has the fat wife.
Here's to freedom.
I'll drink to that. Oh, dear, I gotta go get that baby ready before I get stoned out of my bird.
And you know what else? Wait. Kevin? Kevin, come here.
Daddy, I wasn't doing anything.
I know it. I just want to talk to you. Kevin, come here. Kevin, go stare in the fire.
Kevin, Daddy wants you to stare at the fire.
Is it
Yours, son.
early to stare in the fire?
stare in the fire all you want. And you can see all the fairies you want. After all, Walt Disney did a lot better than Joe Namath.
Kevin, is there something else you'd rather do?
Well, I thought I'd go out and play football or something.
You don't even have to do that. I'll tell you what, Kevin. You go upstairs and watch TV on our big screen TV.
Hey, neat!
Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. I'll clean it up. Tell you what. I'm going to go fix us some more drinks. And the good stuff that I've got stashed away. One for Marsh, one for Woody, and one for that little dirty girl who lives down the lane.
Are you thinking what I'm thinking?
Sure am. Man just doesn't change like that overnight.
Well, St. Paul did, but he changed because he had a vision.
You know, Johnny doesn't do anything very quickly. Took him 3 years to reject his crew pass.
Come to think of it, he didn't give up his book until he left for UCLA.
Okay, you guys get started on the booze, and I'm going to clean up the mess. I wonder how Marge and Woody would translate shove into an interoffice memo.
You know, John, you better call Father Mitchell. We sure can't afford that stained glass window if you don't have a job.
Don't we?
Do you?
Well, right in the middle of that commercial, when I knew it was a disaster, I started laying a little bit of pipe.
Oh, there's Lucretia. I better tell him.
Lieutenant, wait just a minute. I want to hear a little more about this little pipe.
Oh, well, I started putting out a few feelers. And, well, you may not know it, Mother, but Anaconda Copper has been after me.
And I wish you had the decency to answer my and.
And I had dinner with one of their babies, Stewie Norton.
This is like how you do a cuckoo in a clock. What about Stewie Norton?
They made me an offer. Practically the same deal I had with Mom. Great, huh?
You mean you already had another job lined up all the time?
Mother, John Francis O'Connell does not cut himself off a limb. Right in the middle of that phone call, I decided to take their offer. Great, huh?
John?
You know, Dennis, it's a much looser company, I think. I think we'll fit in just fine. Matter of fact, I told Stewie that you come to throw a little luncheon for girls. Mother, you can come along too if you want to. Now that I'm not sure how to do it.
Thank you.
All right. We're going to leave Bruce Clementi up in San Francisco. We don't want to push our luck with a new company.
I'll tie him to a cable car.
I'm leaving, John.
Okay. You understand that there's quite a bit of competition amongst the departments there at Anaconda.
Goodbye, Daddy.
Bye-bye.
Well, Clem, we can't win them all, but then we don't lose them all either.
I'll go tell Mr. Bustamante you'll be right out.
Do me a favor, Johnny. Call an electrician and have your ears connected to your brain.
Okay. Anaconda. Anaconda. Anaconda.